Well,
Well,
happy post-election.
oh yeah.
He did it. Someone's kind of bummed. She had to hide out here.
Yeah, we have a new roommate. Very excited to have her. Literally hasn't moved. Okay.
It'll be all right.
That'd be so funny if she just fell over.
Keep your head up, kid.
So she'll be with us forever.
Even though you're $20 million in debt.
That's crazy.
What do you... God.
Let's not
How
get
do you
into
even handle that?
I don't know.
I feel like it was more than 20 million.
I thought it was just quote unquote. I thought it was just 20.
Sure.
Still. Yeah. Well, we hope that everyone is doing well. Kamala is here to stay. Mamala. So she'll be part of the pod just in a variety of ways. She's our producer. She makes our merch.
She had to liquidate all her assets, and now she's living with us.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited.
That 20 mil hit hard.
Yeah. It's crazy that she found us.
Yeah.
Out of all the places.
Maybe don't build a Call Her Daddy set for 6 figures.
Wait, a what set?
Call Her Daddy.
Okay, hot.
Yep. So in lieu of the election, we're doing top 10 rivalries.
Yes. This one, I'm excited. When we were making the list, I really struggled, and then all of a sudden I just like hit a groove. And so I'm really excited to dive into these. I will say our son has prepared a list as well.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to start or end with it.
We'll end with the Migo minute.
Cool. So
Yep.
he's really excited.
Yep.
Would you like to do the honors, or should I?
I don't care.
Okay, I'm going to go first.
Do it.
My number 10 is William Montgomery versus Red Band.
Oh, a classic one.
They're back and forth. First of all, I think Red Band is genuinely one of the most unfunny people in the comedy universe. So watching him go toe to toe with William has to be one of the simple joys in this life.
Yep. Yep. The issue. No, just the running bit of William and Red Band's mom is just a classic.
Yeah. The rivalry is really carried heavily by William. Like Red Band doesn't offer a whole lot, but when he tries. I mean, his one-liners never really land, but it's a funny dynamic. So, just thought it'd be a good.
Nothing like a good mom joke. They will never get old.
And he just just will not stop. So, William Montgomery, which also, side note, so fun this past weekend. William, if you're listening, we were very close to the stage, and I was very nervous you were going to call us out. But yeah, great show.
If you don't know about the Big Red Machine, you need to figure it out.
Yes. He will either immediately land with you or you will not get it. There really is no middle ground with him. But yeah, the rivalry between him and stupid Brian.
Freaking Brian. Just born with a horseshoe up his ass.
Literally. Like, more than... I don't know another example of someone who's luckier than that man. Like, he scored.
Freaking... I don't know. I was going to say Zuckerberg's kid, but who'd want to be that weirdo's kid?
Right. Like, Red Band is probably one of the luckiest humans on this entire planet.
Yep. God bless him for it.
I know. And honestly, there is something kind of beautiful about how terribly unfunny he is. So.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that he made it with Joe being one of the most unfunny comedians.
Literally.
And most unfunny dudes that just can't get... I've never seen so many jokes fly over somebody's freaking head than Joe Rogan.
For someone who literally is like, comedy is my true love kind of a vibe, oh my God, it just shoots over his head.
What a guy.
Yeah. But William v. Redban, it's just forever a good one. Their banter is, it's just like, I don't know, brothers kind of.
I need William to be on YMH.
I'm so surprised he hasn't. It's gotta be.
Or First Date or something.
Yeah, oh my God, First Date. He'd be really funny on that.
Because was Casey on First Date? I know Cam was, and
I don't know if Casey was, but honestly, I haven't kept up with.
Yeah, same.
So.
Just kind of look at the thumbnail, and then I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Don't really watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, irrelevant. Good one.
Thanks.
The Big Red and Dumbass.
And I don't even fucking know.
All right, my number 10. It's a classic. We all know it. We all love it. It's Greta Thunberg versus global warming.
Whoa. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
That tweaked out little 13-year-old just telling us how dare you.
Also,
shut up.
Oh yeah, didn't she get like arrested or something too?
No, but no, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why it was just immediately shot you down. I have no idea.
I think she was like at a protest or something and she got arrested. I have like a picture of her in my head of her being like carried out by.
Did she have a mugshot, or did she just? They were like, "You got to get out of here."
Maybe they just like
much.
Yeah, the second
escorted her.
Yeah.
From the premises.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I wonder the amount of stress on that child's shoulders. Like, girl, it's gonna be. I mean, it is what it is. Kind of, not to be passive with global warming, but like. Dude, like, do your, like, multiplication table. I don't know.
It's got global cooling.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
Global cooling, we're screwed. Global warming, you just move to the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think it's funny, though, that, like, the face of climate change is a child.
Like, yes.
What?
A child with the Berg.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good one. She's fighting the good fight. I mean,
she hates climate change.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
She's doing the Lord's work, I guess.
Yeah, she's doing something.
She's doing something.
That dumb Swede.
I was going to ask what she...
Norwegian. I don't know.
It's got to be somewhere.
One of those weird Scandinavian MFers.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. I like it. Shout out. Greta, hope your schooling is going well.
Yeah, just go to school. Just chill out. Do some drugs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be a kid.
Literally, like, take a breath. God. All right, my number 9 is one that we've discussed quite a bit in the house lately. And it is Joe Rogan versus Brian Callen. The way that Brian literally cannot speak without getting doo-dooed on.
It's everything he says. Joe can't even look at him.
No,
anymore.
It's absurd. Like, first of all, it's so funny. So on one hand, I love it. But I'm also like, Joe, like, you are a grown man. And obviously, again, another example. Obviously, he's joking most of the time. And just shoots right over his head and pisses him right off.
He can't take the joke.
No.
He doesn't get it.
But it's so bizarre because I'm like, you've known him for how long?
20 plus probs.
And everything he says, he's like, you're the dumbest man I've ever met
You've
in my
got
life.
the stupidest opinions of anyone I know.
And then the whole time he's doing that, Brian's just giggling because he wins. Like, it's just absurd. But it has been lately my personal fave interaction to watch.
It's so good. Somebody needs to make a compilation of just every time Joe shits on Brian.
I mean, just in one episode, it's like literally every time he opens his freaking mouth.
I'm surprised one of those like podcast commentators didn't make a video about the last one.
Seriously, well,
it wasn't just Joe; it was the whole gang.
I know.
beating up on Callan this time.
But then it's so funny because, like, the more they do that, the more Brian just, like, giggles.
Oh, he loves it. He eats that shit up.
They're so stupid. They're playing right into it. So, it's a personal fave of mine. So, Jovi, Brian. I don't know. I love it. I'm Team Brian.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right, my number 9. It's a little low, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But it is what it is. It's Messi and Ronaldo / El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, because Barcelona versus Real Madrid is Messi and Ronaldo.
I am surprised that's that low on your list.
Yeah, well, you'll
I'll
see.
see. Okay.
For sure,
Yeah.
but the 2 greatest of all time doing it.
Could not be more different in personality, which is so funny.
One is just alpha male as shit, and then the other one is just autistic as shit. Mm-hmm. And lazy as shit. Like, Messi has got to be the worst example for kids to, like, look up to.
But I love it.
He does nothing but walk around. Even his teammates are like, dude, the way he practices is like
I bet
it's
infuriating.
They're just like, dude, like, how are you so good? And then Ronaldo just works his peener off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still looks like he's 22.
It's absurd.
He's a freak.
I do love Messi, though, for just the way that he is so odd. Like, he's just such this little elf. And if that's offensive to someone, sorry.
They both got the most Ballon d'Or wins. They were just going. It was just back and forth.
Yeah.
In their heyday.
Yeah.
Just, oh, my God. What a time.
It's so funny, though.
Ronaldo just all flair. Messi's just get it the frick done.
I also love, like, the difference in interview, too. Like, I don't know. Ronaldo is just so good at, like, whatever media training he's done is paid off. And then when you get to Messi, it's, like, the most painful thing to watch. I don't know what interview this was, but there was one with, like, someone he was relatively close with, and it was a, like, podcast or something, and the person across from him was, like, talking about this really emotional, like, hard childhood thing. Yep. And Messi doesn't know what to do, so he just starts laughing, and it's, like, the most painful thing.
The dude was, like, crying, wasn't
yes.
he? And Messi just, like, giggled.
He just was like, but it was like a soft, again, it's so weird, it was just like a
Messi is a minion.
Yeah. Oh my.
Have you not seen that clip of him in Bad Boys 4 where they open the door and he's like, my boys?
No.
And then they, like, cut to the minions and the dude's like, my boys, in the exact same tone.
I haven't seen the video, but I will never not think of that now.
Messi is a minion, and he has to be that for Halloween or he's goofing.
Yeah, I wonder if he's ever done that.
No.
There's no way. He doesn't celebrate Halloween. There's no way. No, he's just like, trick or treat.
No, he's got a kid.
Still, he doesn't dress up. He just is like, I love him. That's a good one.
Yep.
It would be pretty cool if Ronaldo came back to the, or not came back, but came to the MLS.
Oh, my God.
Do you think it would ever happen?
Who knows? I don't know what he's doing out there in Saudi Arabia, but it's a damn shame.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be cool to have him, but I don't know if that would ever happen. Because I don't know if they could match that pay.
It doesn't matter if they're paying Messi.
True. Yeah.
And at that point, you're like, dude, come live in America. You really want to live in the Middle East?
You're going to be like, he's 53 years old, dude. Just
somebody will take him.
Oh, for sure. Forever. He'll die on that freaking the pitch. Okay, my number 8, switching gears a tiny bit. And this is just the epitome of good versus evil as a child. So funny that you just touched that. Because it's Harry Potter v. Draco Malfoy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. As a child, I was Team Draco because I had, like, a very odd crush. But yeah, it's just a classic as a child. And then you kind of grow up with the rivalry if you're a millennial.
You have to.
So, I think we've talked about this before, but what house do you think you would be?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't have even got into Hogwarts.
You have gotten in.
I'd be like, you gotta go. You suck at wizarding.
Yeah, that's the exact wording.
You straight up boof. They'd put the sorting hat on me, and he'd be like,
There's been
no
a mistake.
house.
Yeah.
Go hang out with freaking Hagrid out in his tent.
That wouldn't be a bad life, though.
Not tent, his cabin.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell
His little
it was.
hut.
Yeah, his hut. The Hagrid's hut.
That'd be pretty sweet, honestly.
I'd just get banned to go and drink butterbeer at freaking wherever. I can't think of
I don't know the
anything
name,
right
yeah.
now. The town.
Yep.
I should know. I played the freaking game.
That's true. A fun fact about Tervis is he's kind of incredible at Quidditch. I mean, don't even deny it.
I was fine
You were good.
for the 5 hours I played.
I know. I kind of miss you playing it.
I would run through people online for no reason.
It was fun. That's a fun game to be a spectator of.
I could have been one of the best seekers in the world. My snitch game was crazy.
That's literally what I'm saying. And you're like, I'm okay. You were good.
Yeah, but there's other things to do.
Such as war.
Yep.
It's been real war heavy in the house lately.
Yep.
For all my girls who boyfriends are playing Call of Duty, I just want to send my sincerest love, apologies, and condolences.
Yep, and you see, once you get all the
That's still so funny. I would have had no idea.
The fact that we were at a restaurant and the couple next to us, her boyfriend was mansplaining the Call of Duty camo grind. Like she gives a flippin' doink about the camo grind.
God bless that woman. And I hope she's doing okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I don't get the appeal at all. I feel like you do the same thing. I don't get it.
And it was on election night of all nights. Of all the things you could have been talking about, you were mansplaining camo grind.
Maybe she was like, babe, get my mind. I'm stressed. Get my mind off the election. And he was like, hell yeah. This is the perfect up. That's what I hope happened. Otherwise,
for all you dudes out there, your girlfriends do not give a shit about your Call of Duty. Just don't.
And your girlfriends deserve a nice dinner or something special for dealing with the duty.
Sure, just don't talk about the camo. Nobody gives a shit.
I'm very thankful that you just play it and do your thing, and you don't make me pay attention to the stuff that I'm not going to care about. I love you for that. Well, Harry Potter, Draco Malfoy.
Sick.
Love you guys forever.
Yep. Number 8. I probably should have done a little more research on this, but it's a classic American cowboy rivalry, and it's the Hatfields and the McCoys.
Nice.
Everybody's heard them, but nobody knows what it's all about. I think it was just two Southern families duking it out. I feel like somebody's brother got shot in a duel, and then they were just like,
it's on.
Hell no.
Yeah.
And it went on for years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's a good Netflix show I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch that if you're interested.
Yeah, don't know much about the squad, honestly, but names that I feel like everyone's heard. We just literally don't know anything about. So that's pretty good.
Yep. So
American education.
At least we know who won the Civil War.
Yes. And unfortunately, not everyone can say that is a fact about them.
Who is the Talk to a podcast for?
Oh my God.
Who's it for? Who listens to that and is like, hell yeah, that's my favorite?
Yeah, I can understand the initial appeal of oh, the Hog Tool girl, let's see what she's about. And then after after 5 minutes of episode 1, I feel like most people should be like, oh, this is nothing. And
as we sit here and do our podcast.
You know what? Sorry, this is about joy. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's right. She told me to say that. She paid me so much money to say that.
Oh, shit. That's why she's living here.
Yep. Damn. I did want to tell you for the Talk to a pod, the latest guest, I know you're going to be like jumping out of your seat. The latest guest is her like secret boyfriend that she always talks about, Pookie. He's making an appearance on the pod. So
I have to watch that episode. I have to see what kind of dumbass.
Oh, it's whoever you're picturing in your head. He's decent looking, kinda. I would say he's a 6, but it's exactly the kind of dude you would think. Just like they're good for each other.
That's going to be the worst podcast in the history of podcasts.
Well, and also it's really weird because the whole bit is like he's the secret guy, and then she brings him on, and then like her cousin or whoever the other girl is,
friend.
Yeah, is just interviewing him and is like, why didn't you go official with her sooner? And you guys started out as friends with benefits. And I'm like, what is this? This feels just like a private conversation. And then,
wasn't that what all podcasts are?
I guess it's just so like, well, he had some girls on the side. He was nervous to commit. And you're like, who literally actually cares?
I truly don't understand who that podcast is for.
I don't know.
It's not for the dudes.
No.
It's not for the chicks.
No. Like, I literally don't know. But this one in particular, I feel like we should at least try to watch. Because it's so bad. It's actually kind of comical.
Oh.
So, I would love to know, like, her analytics of, like, who the demographic is. Like, the age range has to be, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, 16-year-olds.
Sure. And, God, I don't know. No. I don't know who's hyped on that, but
she has us talking.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're hyped on that, yeah, it might be time to get like a brain scan. Look out for some CTE. You might have something going on.
Just do like a good like annual checkup. That might be a good first step.
You don't need an annual checkup. You need an immediate checkup.
Okay, yeah.
You have hit your head severely and you forgot about it.
Yeah.
So
run to the ER if you can, if you're able.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe have somebody drive you to the ER because I don't know if you need to be driving.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Good Lord.
Well, maybe we've just saved some people's lives today.
New rivalry, PCB versus Talk to.
I would love it. I would love it. But then, like, my people pleaser, the second, like, she would say anything, I'd be like, I'm so sorry. No, I'm sure you're great.
I wouldn't. I would just be like, what? The Poochie Binyana clip came up where she was like, say cooter. And he was like,
okay, thank you.
What?
Yeah, you can tell he's just like, and I mean, he's been in, like, the influencer whatever world for probably, like, 5 years now. So this stuff is, like, so unentertaining.
And she was just like, I knew you'd say it was fun. Say it funny. It was like, no.
You could tell. Yeah, he was just like, what are we doing?
Like, no, I just said it normal.
Yeah, it was so uncomfortable. That felt like I was watching like a high school interaction.
That's every episode.
For sure.
Minus the Whitney episode, because Whitney loves her for some reason.
Yeah, I don't get it, but it freaks me out. But
we got to move on.
Okay.
This Hawk Tua is in our kitchen.
Okay.
Rent free. I'm putting an end to that.
Fair enough.
What's number 7? Let's go.
My number 7. This one is just a freaking classic. Back and forth. It's Mr. Krabs v Plankton.
Oh.
I mean,
phenomenal pick.
Thank you. The back and forth between those two, I don't think will ever end.
Nope.
One moment Mr. Krabs is up, then he's like, it's just, as a child, that was the first like emotional roller coaster.
Always trying to get that secret patty formula.
And fair enough, I guess. He's committed and determined.
Or just like take all that energy and just like make something that's not Dookie Chum.
But then, the Chum Bucket. I like to like hate on that show. Sometimes you know this, but at the end of the day, like it is a comfort.
The first 3-4 seasons are
the best,
immaculate, and then the writers left.
How many seasons are there?
Probably like 28.
40. Yeah, but both of them as characters are so weird, but the back and forth between them, it's just good. It's just a classic good versus evil yet again.
Fun fact, apparently the secret formula includes crab meat, and that's why. I don't know why. That's just what it is. Because there was some weird, I don't know, there's a couple like weird things. There was a video that broke it down, and then there was one episode where Mr. Krabs ate one and he goes, oh, that's what it tastes like.
We don't want to watch that video.
There's so many weird subliminal shits going on in SpongeBob. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I do love videos like that where it's like stuff that you didn't realize as a child.
Yeah, the conspiracies.
Yeah.
SpongeBob conspiracies are out of control.
Who, if you had to pick, not SpongeBob Patrick, who would be your fave character in the show?
What? Patrick? What do you mean?
No, but if you can't pick one of them.
Like,
I'm so big.
Who else would it be?
I kind of like Pearl, Mr. Krabs' whale daughter. I kind of love her.
Yeah, what the hell went? There's like, I'm pretty sure there's a conspiracy theory that he like kidnapped her or some shit.
There probably is, and it probably happened. Some of the side characters in that show, the freaking, oh brother, this guy stinks. They're the best.
My diet, Dr. Kelp. You forgot my drink. How am I supposed to eat this without a drink?
And who's the name of that guy who's like the food critic? He is pissed.
Yeah. Seabass.
Yeah, yeah. They're the best.
Forgot the pickles.
God, that was so.
Then the my leg guy.
I don't know if I remember the my leg guy.
Somebody gets broke off and is like, my leg.
There's too many good. And just Mrs. Puff? Is that her name? Yeah.
Mrs. Puff is sketch too. She used to be like a criminal.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
That's another fun conspiracy theory. And she would use like balloon. What is it? Animal balloons?
Balloon animals.
Balloon animals to distract the cops when she would get pulled over. She'd be like, oh, look at this. Because the one episode where she like gave SpongeBob her license and she was trying to steal it back, she went all like ski mask and she hopped in the car and did that like balloon animal. She was like, still got it.
I need to watch some of these. I love crapola like that. Well,
some good stuff.
Dang. Well, Mr. Krabs, Plankton. What's the computer like girlfriend wife?
Just his computer wife.
Okay.
Karen. Is
Karen.
it Karen?
Yeah.
The original Karen.
Whoa, think about that for 2 seconds. Well, that's my number 7.
Nice.
Thanks.
My number 7, Kendrick and Drake. Boy,
how did I not? Oh my God.
One of the most epic rap beefs
and
of all
current,
time.
Like as we speak. Oh my God.
And if you think Drake won, you can just
unsubscribe.
Stop. Yeah, unsubscribe, stop listening, go find another pod.
Yeah, honestly, block us. I don't want to talk to you.
This isn't the pod for you because Kendrick blew him out of the water.
It's like genuinely, I feel actual embarrassment in my body when I think about Drake. But I'm like, wow, you're really just like getting up and brushing your teeth, knowing how just like he leveled you.
He has to hear that all. Not like us. Is a stadium anthem now.
Yeah.
It gets played at every sporting event.
Well, and you know it's gonna be played at the freaking Super Bowl.
Huh.
Like that's gonna be crazy.
I didn't see any. Did Drake make any music videos? Kendrick's music video for Not Like Us was insane.
Oh my God. He genuinely, and I'm like, I'm not the biggest. Not that I'm not a fan, but I'm not well versed in rap because, hey, But he genuinely fascinates me. Kendrick, not Drake. Because the way that his mind works to create like the lyrics, it is like one of the most impressive things. And this is going to sound corny as hell, but like it is so cool to literally watch all this happen in real time and be like, oh my God.
Oh shit, Kendrick dropped a new one.
Yeah. Like,
that was the best. Just waiting for them to spat back.
And then I remember the first time you played Not Like Us on the TV, and we were both just like the A minor chord or line. I was just like stunned. He is.
You got to listen to his albums like start to finish.
Yes, I do.
There's incredible.
It's just as someone who is so like when I went to school for music, I thought about going just for like songwriting, like lyrics. I can so autism geek out about those, and the way that he is just fascinating. Dang, I'm so pissed I didn't put that one on my list.
He's the GOAT. He is so good. And one of my favorite parts about that beef was like J. Cole almost got involved, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm good.
Smart man, yeah.
Y'all handle that.
Right.
Like, F all that." Drake got exposed.
And like,
even though he'd already been halfway exposed, but nobody really gave a shit about it.
Which again, I kind of love that like Kendrick was like, "Hello." Like, okay, do I have to spell it out for you people?
Dude, Meet the Grams, the way he addresses like his kids and shit is
and his mother.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Like he was cutting deep.
Yes.
He said, "Don't come at me, bro. Like I will tear that ass up."
Well, and he was like, "I wouldn't have done any of this if you didn't mention my freaking family, so you brought this on yourself."
Straight up, dude. Drake is...
He is such a little weenie.
I can't remember what rapper was in jail or something, prison, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
God, who the Frank was it? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He was in jail and he was like, "Yeah, Drake definitely won that beef." And then like the top comment was like, "This dog is worried about the wrong kind of bars."
Yeah. What? You know how like people are like, I can't be friends with someone who voted for this person or this person. I can't be friends with someone if they're like, low key though, Drake's got a point. I'm literally not friends with you anymore.
Like his songs were fine.
If that.
Drake, I've forever been like the most, not even subtle, just halfway fan of Drake. Like every album has one or two where you're like, yeah, damn.
Yeah, and that's the only one that gets played.
And then he just got doinked on.
And like, of course, there are songs like his older, I guess.
His first album, start to finish, was so good.
Yeah, like there's songs that when they play it, you're like, okay, this kind of bops. But I think at best he's mid. But then the beef, though.
Nah, you can't say he's mid. He's good and he's consistent. He is one of the most consistent artists of our time. Think about who else comes out with as much music as he does, and it's like consistently chart topping, and it's like consistent boppers. He's consistent. He found his lane and he stayed in it.
He's very good commercially. I just think I'm just speaking more to the like beef specifics.
Oh, he got...
It's
boinked.
just, yeah.
Nah, his beef before with Meek Mill, he shit on Meek Mill. That was such a good back-to-back.
Yeah.
He wrecked him in that. That was a rap.
Well.
Then he thought he could do the same shit with Get
that's
out.
Hilarious.
Kendrick is not Meek Mill, dude.
Do you think the people in Drake's circle were like, oh, you might not want to go down this road, buddy?
I would hope so.
Me too. At least one person.
But honestly, probably not. That dude's got to be surrounded by so many yes men.
Yeah.
It's not even fun. Like, nobody's keeping that dude in check.
That's true.
You seen the Bobby Altoff podcast? Nobody's keeping that dude in check.
Yeah, true. Ew.
Nobody's been keeping him in check. He was messing with Millie Bobby Brown and all that shit. Nobody's been keeping him
I would love,
straight.
not that she'll ever like talk about it, but I would love if she was like, yeah, he was like creepy as hell to me.
I think she liked it.
Probably. I mean, think about it though. She's like, what, 12, 13, and this huge star. Like, who wouldn't? But it's so creepy. But I'm like, of course she did. She was a kid. Ew. Anyways, that's a great one. I cannot believe I didn't put that on my list, and I'm pissed.
Classic.
Well, I guess in a similar vein, my number 6 is Taylor Swift v. Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously we all know of the iconic Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time moment. But yeah, this was also in that era when the beef started. I was like, I'm a pretty whatever Swiftie, but back then was like, that's all I listened to. So I was like, Kanye West is the devil.
He kind of wrote it out. He had a few lyrics where he was like, I feel like Taylor owes me some shit. Made her career or something.
Yeah. So I felt like it wasn't the longest beef. Like it burned pretty bright and then settled pretty relatively quickly. But that was a moment, that award show. And then I feel like she made years later did something where he was nominated and she started her speech with I'm gonna let you finish, but yeah, I will say as a Swiftie, she is very cringe and I understand that, but I think she handled that moment pretty well, all things considered.
Oh God. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. A good. Oh.
What? What?
Just thinking about some good ones.
You're making an on-air edit?
Oh, man. I just don't know if I can.
You can if you...
I just can't.
If you believe.
No.
Okay.
Okay, number 6, China and Japan.
Nice.
They freaking hate each other.
They certainly do.
They are so sick of people getting them mixed up and thinking they're the same.
I mean, fair enough.
They couldn't be more... Well, they could be, but they couldn't be more different.
Yeah. That would get old pretty fast, though.
Oh, my God. The food's not even close to being the same. Mm-hmm. China's so much bigger.
Yeah.
So much more just powerful. Mm-hmm. The fact that Japan thinks that they can hold a flame next to China is comical.
Here's a thought.
But they do have better modern day tech.
Athletes. Japan.
Yeah.
I think I'm just thinking skateboarding right now.
Yeah, but even skateboarding now, the Chinese are going crazy because they don't do street parks. They just go to the park and they're like, "You're gonna be a freaking Olympian." Jin Woo, that little 12-year-old that was doing the craziest shit you've ever seen. He's Chinese.
Ah, okay.
You remember that little Chinese kid at the X Games and Olympics, Chinese.
Okay, my bad then. And you know what? I feel terrible.
That's the thing. They don't give a shit about the culture. They're just we're here to compete. Japan Japan puts in work on the streets and shit.
Yeah.
Japan's sick.
It would be so crazy to go.
See, Japan's got baseball. China's got basketball. So they duke it out.
Yeah.
But China's just way bigger. The fact that China kind of got ran through by Japan in World War II is so sad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How?
Yeah.
This tiny little island just gave y'all the business.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Nanking. If you don't know about Nanking,
yeah,
honestly, don't look into it. One of the people that wrote a book or did some heavy research in it, she ended up offing herself because she was just I can't believe this shit went down. This is insane.
Dang, that's really sad.
So
yeah, maybe don't look it up then. Actually,
well, you could just dabble.
Just be careful.
Just look into the Nanking.
Okay.
Ooh, those Japanese were ruthless.
That's crazy that she...
Yeah, that rivalry runs deep.
Yeah.
Who's got better food, Japan or China? Because Japan's got sushi and hibachi. But China's got literally everything else.
I think, well, I've really been in my like sushi era since you've introduced me to this whole new world. So at the moment, I would probably say Japan.
That's fair.
Plus,
I
I
would too.
love hibachi.
Yeah, I need sushi in my life.
Yeah.
God, see, but I just don't think I've had that top tier Chinese food. Like, I need to go to Chinatown up in New York and eat that Chinese food that Wiseman was eating on his channel.
Yeah.
Joshua Wiseman, for those of you that don't know what we're saying, give it a googe.
Please, he's awesome. Chicago has a really good Chinatown too. I used to go as a teen with my friends. They have really good food. Really good desserts.
See, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking wontons and freaking.
I remember, yeah, dang, that just like kind of unlocked a couple memes of like me and some friends. Like, I just remember we'd go to like, for some reason, just frolic through Chinatown, and they're like, this is gonna sound so ignorant, but just as like a little like white kid, there'd be like all these animals like hanging in the window, and I was like, what? But then the food was banging.
Nobody has better takeout than the Chinese.
That is a fact. Yeah. That is just, yeah.
Their takeout food is unmatched.
Also, it's like the only takeout food that's available on Christmas Day, which I think is pretty cool.
Shout out to them. They hate Jesus.
Well, it's okay.
We'll be talking about them again here soon.
Whoa. Okay.
But, yep.
Nice.
The ultimate Asian rivalry.
For real. My number 5, I think you will personally hate. And it's for all my Twilight geeks out there. And it is Edward Cullen versus Jacob Black.
Ugh.
As a tween, these two just really were tearing at my heart.
Yep.
Really, it was like my first kind of like romantic moment of like, who do I pick? Like, what team am I a part of? Kind of a thing. So this was really big for the girlies out there, the millennial girlies. And as we've stated, I was Team Jacob / Edward's brother, Jasper, the weird one. So I forget what team you said you would be a part of. Probably neither nor.
I guess freaking Edward.
Yeah.
What was the one sister's name?
Rosalie or something.
Rosalie, maybe.
She was pretty, the blonde.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was the hot one.
Team Rosalie.
Okay, well.
Team Bella. No, Bella's
No,
so
no one was
lame.
Team Bella. A lot of like girls women my age now that grew up watching it are like, low-key Bella's dad was hot as hell though. And I'm like, that's the craziest take.
Whoa.
But I guess whatever fancies your boat.
Yeah, some people just love authority.
And he was a cop.
That's where I was going with.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Cop. Authority. Okay.
Okay.
Number 5, Jesus and the Romans.
Whoa. Very different number 5s.
They straight up took him to heaven.
Yeah.
They crucified his ass.
Let's give it up for the Son of Man. Let's give it up for Yahweh.
One of the original rivalries. One of the oldest ones. I
would say the oldest one.
Well, I'm sure there was like some caveman rivalries, and the Neanderthals versus the
Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Fun fact, because of the way I was brought up in a Christian cult, we were like, cavemen were not real. Literally, I like firmly believe they are not real.
So you think it just started? They just poof, Babylon.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were taught.
Sodom.
It was Adam,
Sodomy.
Eve. Yep.
Whatever that place is called.
Adam, Eve, and then they had kids, Cain and Abel, and then they just started. But it was like cavemen were not in the discussion.
It's funny, you gotta think like humanity wouldn't have survived like that. The gene pool would have been inbred as shit, and by like generation 6 everybody would have had sickle cell.
Before that, yeah. But I'm like, that's literally what we were taught, and we were just like, okay.
And jacked up chin lines and shit.
But I'm not kidding, like it wasn't until I was like out of that like literally science. I was like, oh, no way. Because we just weren't taught that. And everyone else in the bubble of our little like world.
Yeah, but you went to school.
Yeah, but the church is so good at being like, they just don't get it. But that's why you're there, is to teach them. And so you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's crazy, but like for real, I literally thought the world was like 2,000 years old. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but, what do we know? We're just listening to what other people say. Even if, like, you believe the preachers, it's like we're believing the scientists. It's not like we're looking into it. It's not like we're freaking experts.
Well, that's true. But
we're just taking everybody at face value, so.
Yeah. But anyways, that was all to say that I didn't think cavemen were, like, real. Or dinosaurs.
You didn't, like... The Geico caveman didn't really do it
I mean,
for
I
you.
thought it was just funny, but I was just like, that's like if a unicorn was on there.
Wow.
Yeah. No offense to all my caveman fans out there. Yeah.
Unreal.
But yeah, Jesus.
Jesus and the Romans. Boy, did the Romans hate that dude. They hated him so much they crucified him.
Yeah, talk about a freaking beef that runs deep.
Yo.
They literally said,
why did they even crucify him? Just because he's like, I'm the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that's a reasonable excuse, but if somebody's running or a reasonable reason, that sounds
I know what you mean, though.
Ridiculous.
It's okay.
To crucify somebody... If somebody's running around town nowadays saying they're the Son of God, we're going to be like, okay, let's maybe give you some meds. Let's put you up in a psych ward, bud.
That wasn't just Jesus. Like, they would crucify if you did, like, a really bad crime instead of, like, a prison system. Like, really top whatever criminals also got crucified. It wasn't just him.
Oh. Okay, what's your point? I think that's beside the point. I'm just saying, like, if somebody's running around saying they're the Son of Man, like, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just saying it wasn't like a, let's think of the worst punishment to finish the beef. So. But yeah, they didn't get along.
Nope.
Needless to say.
But at the end of the day, the man himself... Yahweh came out on top.
Yep.
Yahweh, whatever the doink.
It's okay. There's like 1 billion names for him, so it's fine.
Jesus.
Yep.
As our brethren down south like to call him.
Okay. Well, shifting gears quite a bit, because I am an athlete. My number 4 is Shaq versus Kobe. Let me just say this. Do I know that much about the beef? No.
They weren't even like they were on the same team.
But so many articles were like,
they did have a lot of beef.
Okay, because I was like, I'm gonna look so stupid. Didn't know that, to be honest. And you learn something new every day. I looked for and Michael Jordan, like, biggest rival. There was like 4 that were listed, and I was like, I can't.
The whole league.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, for all my
the mafia. Baseball.
Ooh. That was good.
That one
That was good.
That one would have hurt his soul if he heard that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my grandpa to tell him.
Gambling.
That one wouldn't hurt his soul as much.
Like, yeah, I love gambling.
Yeah, I'd be like, and the baseball one would hurt a little. Well, I'm just switching my number 4. My number 4 is now Michael Jordan versus baseball.
Nice.
That was good.
No, it's crazy that him and Kobe like won so many. That Kobe and Shaq won so many championships, and they hated each other. That's just how dominant they were.
Yeah.
What?
That is crazy. And obviously, later in life, before he passed, they were obviously buds. I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't realize there was that beef. And obviously, I'm not a sports girly, shocker. But yeah, I didn't know that.
It's just because it'd be like if Messi and Ronaldo were on the same team.
Fair.
Because Kobe's just, I'm going to knock your dick in the dirt. Like, I work so hard.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. And Shaq's like...
Okay, but same.
No. What? No. Shaq was messy. He was so lazy. He was busy doing rapping and acting and all this bullshit. Kobe's like, dude.
Do not come for his rap career. Don't you dare. Well, then I changed mine to Michael Jordan versus baseball, courtesy of you. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, number 4. Just a good old classic. Back in 1861, the North versus the South. The Confeds versus the Union.
And on the count of 3, let's say who won. 1, 2, 3.
The South.
Wrong.
The South will rise again.
There was no first time. So, yeah, let's just say if you unironically say the South will rise again, maybe we just stop.
Ulysses S. Grant versus Robert E. Lee.
Let's start naming kids Ulysses again.
Freedom versus slavery. The U.S. versus the Confederacy.
One more. You can do it.
I don't know. Our food's better, so F you guys.
I mean, I literally grew up so lucky because I got the best of both worlds. So
it doesn't matter. Southern food's better than northern food.
Yes. We win.
Why do you think everybody down here is so fat?
Here's the thing, though, that when I moved to Tennessee, I was like, what's in the water? Because as a proud Midwestern Northern girly, the people in the South, I'm speaking mainly to the girlies because that's what I noticed, are so pretty. Yes, they are. Yes.
Where were you at?
What?
Where were you at?
What do you mean, where was I at?
Where were you at? What city?
Nashville.
That's crazy. You're saying all the people in a populated ass city are pretty? Yeah. Go to rural anywhere. Go to anywhere else in the South and you'll be like, whoa.
Here's what I will say though. Regardless, the girlies have way better skin, and I think that literally is due to like city like pollution crepola. Southern women have perfect skin.
Not the ones that are freaking banging biscuits and Mountain Dew for breakfast.
Well, that is true. Nah, sometimes even they will have no acne. And I'm like, even if they are like 600 pounds, whatever, I'm like, your skin is flawless. It pissed me off. So, well, I will admit that the South does have better cuisine.
Yep.
However, we win in pizza and hot
the
dogs.
War.
And the war.
What a rivalry. Got heated real
Still
quick.
gets heated, I feel like.
For no reason.
Yeah, it's like, can everyone chill out?
That'd be so crazy to be like going toe to toe with your uncle or some shit in the war.
Oh, yeah. And you're like, sorry, Uncle Steven. That would be, though. Like, families just literally divided up.
And war was so ass back then. They would just line up and be like, all right,
shoot.
Let's get shoot 'em.
Shoot 'em.
Just like, what?
Yeah.
War was stupid. Drummer boys would just march
No,
out
I
there
love
with
it.
a drum,
I
no gun.
I think we need to bring back drummer boys in war. So if there's any that, that is something they're passionate about, let's do it.
Yeah, they're all going to be like suicidal.
Okay, well.
Who else would sign up for that?
I mean, you have a good point.
They're all just like failed Whiplash Miles Tellers that just like.
Now I'm sad.
What's his name? Just got to him and they failed out of Juilliard.
Okay. Maybe I didn't fully think through my drummer boy thing. I was thinking more of like pizzazz, and then you brought it to like real life.
That's where we're living.
Okay. My number 3. Again, just my little sport heads out there. This one is close to home because the amount of times I freaking had to hear about this as a child. And it is the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, they hate each other.
To this day, I remember the first dude I dated as like a bit for some reason had a Packers jersey and came to my house. And my dad, literally not joking, was like, you have to leave. And I was like, Bill, what the? Come on, I'm trying to like be impressive. And he was not kidding. We had to leave. So this runs deep and it will run forever. I just remember as a child being like, Brett Favre equals enemy number one. Like he is just top of the freaking worst.
And now he's dying.
The vibes have been very real today.
Yep.
Also, I remember it was like the opposite. So if Brett Favre was evil, Brian Urlacher was like good. And now he's balding. So.
He was always bald.
But then he got like hair plugs or something because he started being a spokesperson. I saw him on billboards and I was like, you didn't used to have that hair.
I've never seen full hair Brian Earl. That sounds disgusting.
No, it doesn't look right.
Yeah. I mean, just be bald.
I know, just rock it. But
God.
That was, I guess, a time balds weren't celebrated like they are now. Yep. Which maybe we'll get into one week. But yeah, the Bears versus Packers.
One that runs deep. It's one old as day.
It's one as true as time.
Yep.
So, yeah, heard that quite a bit as a child.
Ooh. Yeah. All right, my number 3, kind of in the same lane, just Duke versus UNC.
Nice.
Those basketball, I don't even like college basketball, but I will watch those games.
Yeah.
Those are the best games to watch.
Yeah.
So, God, they hate each other, and they're only like 10 miles apart too, which is just so awesome.
Well, and also on my southern side, that was a huge thing that I heard a lot growing up because I remember they wanted me to go to school in North Carolina, and half of the family, like it was a heated debate where like if a cousin went to UNC, half of the family was like, "What are we, nothing to you?" Like the Duke fan, it was crazy.
It's like, yeah, you know how hard it is to get into Duke?
Yeah.
Not that it's easy to get into UNC,
No,
but like, I would imagine Duke's a little harder.
I would think so too.
Aren't they Ivy League?
I don't know if UNC is.
Duke.
Then yes, I do think Duke is.
Yeah, UNC is definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I definitely heard about those two.
And Duke is like world renowned at lacrosse. So of course they're gonna be snooty ass little
for sure.
hard to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, those basketball games are unmatched.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
God.
I do love that they're like so close to each other too.
Yeah. Oh my God. So you're just fresh no matter where you're playing. You don't have the travel lag.
Yeah, true.
Travel, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nice.
Yep. Yeah. My freaking grandpa loved Duke.
Really?
Or not Duke, UNC, and my grandma was just like, "All right, I like Duke just to shit on you."
No way.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna be like, and so she was like, "Okay, we're both fans for life."
Nope. And then
awesome.
I grew up liking Duke as well.
That
I was like,
is awesome.
F Chapel Hill.
That's hilarious.
And now I'm just like, whatever. I just like a good game.
Yeah. That's really funny. I did not think that's where that was going. She sounds awesome. My number 2, this one is really special in this home. My number 2, and honestly, you know what? I'm making an on-air edit.
Shit.
Because I really think my number 2 deserves the number 1 spot. So in this case, my number 2, this is one that's really hard for me. And it's Eminem versus MGK.
Oh, man. Who the hell did MGK think he was? Who he was?
Here's what I'm going to say.
What a jokester.
He's a jokester. As someone who is a fan for life, love him oh so much. Probably wasn't the best move to start a weird beef with Eminem. I would just say career-wise, I would have advised against that.
Eminem shit on him so hard. He made him change genres. He went from rap to pop punk.
Which he was so good at pop punk.
He was good for an album. I don't know. I guess
would
the second
say
one was fine.
I liked both.
Yeah, but how many times have you listened to this?
Mainstream Sellout.
Mainstream. All right, you knew the album name.
Yep.
That's fine. Don't even.
Yeah. But I will agree with you. Rap Devil, not what needed to happen. The lyrics, I wanted to really be on his side, and they're just not good. So that was a tough one for me morally.
Just a freaking idiot.
It just wasn't smart, and he should have had better friends that said, maybe we don't do that. It's Eminem.
Like, who the hell produced that for you? Why wasn't he just like, oh, but...
It's probably freaking Mod's son.
Oh, you're probably right. Like, you haven't seen this man's catalog. You haven't seen him shut down like 3 careers already. Just stop.
Yeah, he needed better friends in that moment.
There wasn't one time you were in the booth you were thinking, ooh.
Like, I'm going up against Emma. Maybe. Speed tour.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That'd be like if...
It's similar. Well, go ahead.
I can't even think of a comparison. That'd be like if...
I was going to say Kendrick and Drake.
My high school basketball team went up against the Lakers.
Okay, let's...
Be correct?
It's tough for me to talk about, okay?
But you should be thankful. You should be thanking Eminem because he's the reason that, like...
Tickets to My Downfall.
Yeah, he's the reason MGK was, like, worth a shit. Not that, I mean, his rapping's fine.
It's fine. I do really like him. Like, Tickets to My Downfall was just like, oh my God, so good. Mainstream Sellout, I liked, but obviously doesn't hit the way that Downfall did. But yeah, I loved his little poppy punk era. So I guess, yeah, you're right. In some ways, I'm thankful. But yeah, it wasn't not a good move. So
Not good.
not good.
Freaking idiot.
Yeah.
If somebody like... That's in the same vein. If you think that MGK won that beef, I don't think I've ever talked to anybody that's like, yeah, MGK won that one.
I do it as a bit, but do I actually think that? Of course not.
There's people that have said Drake have won his beef, but
That's the scariest
MGK
thing.
Eminem one, that's not even you can't even question that one. He had no rebuttal.
Yeah.
At least, like, Drake and Kendrick, like, went back and
Yes,
forth.
that was the thing. Like, it really was just like, boom, done. And you're like, okay.
I mean, that's what happens when you come up against Eminem. Like, have you not seen 8 Mile? I was talking to the metaphorical MGK.
Okay.
Eminem wrote every single lyric in that movie. He even wrote the responses. Like, he didn't just write his raps. He wrote his opponent's raps.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Dude, stop.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, definitely not his best.
No.
So.
Nope.
Short-lived, but
Yep.
painful nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. All right. My number 2 is just a freaking classic. And when societies are starting to go to poop, they sure as hell love to blame these people. And it's just Jewish people versus the world. This is one just as old as time.
As old as day.
Yeah, the world has just always had it out for the Jews for some reason.
It's because Jesus was.
Oh, and Asian. He was a Jewish Asian. Holy shit.
Unpack that for 3 seconds.
Yeah. And if you're going to tell me Jesus wasn't Asian, I want you to look at a map. Point to me where he was born. And then tell me what continent he was on. He was on the Asian continent. He was on the Asia continent. He's Asian. So everybody out there, shut up.
I still remember the first time you said that to me, and I texted Delaney and was like, either this is the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, or this is going to be really weird really fast. And here we are.
Yep. So. Here we are talking about Jews versus the world.
That's great. Yeah, this one.
Boy, do conspiracy theorists love to just shit on them.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I feel like the fallback. Like, for anything. They're like, well,
I think it's just because they're just successful as shit.
Yeah,
they're
just better. I don't know. It is weird, though, that it's always just kind of the bit.
They're the only ethnicity, race, whatever, I don't know what the hell, religion that have like their own word for racism.
That is
actually a little weird. Why are they the only ones that get anti-Semitic? You don't have like racism towards like black people, Asian people.
We don't have a word for it, is what you mean.
You don't have an you don't have anti-Semitic
for the yeah. I don't know.
Any other race. It's freaking weird.
I don't know.
So that's how much the world hates the Jews, I guess, is they have their own word for the hate.
Yeah, everyone just chill out. Sorry they're like successful and cool. I don't know what to tell you.
Or maybe we're just getting goofed and they're actually the lizard people.
Well, if they are, I say.
And Alex Jones. Well, maybe not Alex Jones. David Icke is right all along. David Icke just, oh my goodness. The British Alex Jones just, whoo. Yeah.
The Alex Jones moment, I know we talked about this the other day, but for the people, where he is on Tim and he tries to not puke the drink that he just had, literally is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. Because he's so not subtle. It's like full violent, like, I can't do it or else I'll actually throw up. But
it's also like 7 a.m. in like Cancun or wherever the hell he's at, and then with his family.
Yeah, and like how he tries to cover the camera, but it's essentially just being like nothing was achieved. It's the best.
Think what you want. That man is a national treasure.
He is a national something. Choke me out. Choke me out. Well, we've made it. My number one is one that hopefully.
Is it involving?
Nope.
Oh.
No, this one is just good classic rivalry and entertainment. And this one is Hulk Hogan versus the Macho Man.
Oh my goodness. Just a classic.
It's just pure, I mean, it's not, but it's just good-hearted, entertaining. I mean, this just feels like life was a simpler.
It truly was.
Things were just, obviously in this household, I feel as though I can speak for both of us when I say we are Team Macho Man. But, obviously there's a love for the Hulkster. But
we love a good heel. We're just fans of the villains, I guess.
He has the funniest one-liners / couple liners.
His interviews are just out of control. Like, just walks into the interview with a broom.
And also, I love how he just constantly somehow
just spins around, just turns his back. He's like, has his back to him.
You're
welcome.
That. And the fact that we realized, like, he wasn't addressing Macho Man when he was like, thank you to the blah, 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 blah. Like, it's so good. I will say when we watched the documentary about him, really freaking pissed to find out he's no longer with us. But I would like to think he's with us here.
He went out the way, like, he went out the Macho Man way.
Yes, it was very in
just
character.
Driving and hit a freaking tree while having a heart attack.
It's so sad. Also, big ol' rip to freaking Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, man.
That was depressing as hell. But, yeah, Hulk versus Macho Man. I mean, come on.
A classic.
It's something I'm so thrilled that you introduced into my life. He's getting a little nervous.
Yeah, he got his list coming up soon. He says shoot.
So that's my number one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what the macho man's bringing.
You don't know where I'm coming from.
You weren't thinking about giving her that flower, were you?
Oh my god, I'm so pissed he's not.
So insane.
It's awesome. It really hurts the throat after a while and sometimes the belly. But
it's crazy that pro wrestling is still as popular as ever without Mr. McMahon. And just like, it was so much better back in the day.
That doc series, the Mr. McMahon, was
Wild.
Crazy.
So good.
Give it a watch for sure.
So good.
Yeah.
Not to say that any kind of trafficking allegations are good, but it is nice that he wasn't like shipping just random ladies around the country and shit. It was just like
because I don't know.
I think he was just like passing ladies off, like
still,
that
but
worked
yes,
for him to wrestlers.
That's right. They did touch on that a little. Yeah, I mean, disgusting. Also, some of the like plots that he would write up for. Clearly, there was some stuff, but also they do dive into it a little bit as far as like his dad and whatever.
At least he wasn't on like some Diddy shit.
Well, for sure. I just think, yeah, gross, but definitely glad it wasn't that level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, number one, just a good old American classic, just history for days. It's the Yankees versus the Red Sox.
Nice.
No baseball rivalry comes close.
Yeah.
Just the bad blood between them, the brawls, the fights, the tears. It has the greatest comeback in sports history.
I'll always forget his name, but who's this guy?
Pedro Martinez.
My new favorite.
Just straight up slamming
Psycho.
some like old ass man that was charging at him.
Yeah.
Don Zimmer. God, that was so awesome.
That, again, this is one I wasn't super familiar with as a non-sporty girl, but the doc series on Netflix, so entertaining. It was so good.
And then just the like curse that the Yankees had because they took away Babe Ruth back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that curse stayed around for like 80 years.
Yeah.
And the way they broke it, coming back 3-0 in a series, something that's never been done in baseball. Yeah. Come on.
It was so good.
It's the best. It's the best rivalry.
Yeah.
No rivalry comes close. Those two hate each other.
Yeah.
That is a genuine disdain.
And it was good too because like you knew that the rivalry ran deep, because for someone like me who didn't have much knowledge of it, to feel like my blood boil on certain parts of the doc, that I was like, oh, I can't even imagine. Like the whole example of like my dad being like, no, you have to get out, to the guy wearing green. Like I can't even imagine families there. Like it's generational.
And it's just the classic, just clean cut Yankees, the best in the biz versus just some freaking
rabble rousers.
Some rabbles. True rabble rousers.
Yeah.
And you know where Davis Clark is from? Boston. Maybe not Boston, but
I think he is.
Massachusetts.
I swear to God, I think he is.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So, I mean, he's just carrying on the rabble rousing tradition.
I guess. Well, I do have a couple honorables. Regina George versus Katie Heron from Mean Girls. Coca-Cola v. Pepsi.
Nice.
Whitney Cummings versus comedy. And Joker 2 versus movie excellence.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Those are mine.
Okay, got the Celtics and the Lakers. Good old classic. Magic Johnson and the Bird. Democrats and Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
DC and Marvel, kind of lame. Nice. Disney and Nick, lame.
No, that's a good one.
Cats and Dogs. Good old Apple and Samsung, even though Apple's pretty much blowing. Okay, here's the deal.
No.
Here's the deal.
Here we go.
Samsung is blowing them out of the water, and everybody wants to act like Apple's winning.
I'm forever Apple.
Okay, that's beside the point.
Okay.
Samsung has so many more numbers than Apple does. I don't get why everybody's like, no, Apple is shitting on Samsung. Like, what are you talking? Look at the numbers, dude. Look outside of America. We're not the world.
Well,
we're a big part of the world, but we're not the world.
I wonder if it's
shut up.
If it's just the marketing makes it seem that way.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
Tupac and Biggie. They honestly should have been on the list, but Kendrick and Drake needed to be on it. Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was a fucking asshole, and I will stand by that till the day I die. Hate that guy. JFK and the CIA. You know Thomas Edison didn't even invent the light bulb?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that until I met you.
I'm pretty sure like a black dude invented the light
Probably.
bulb, and Thomas Edison just made it better.
Said no, I did.
What a douchebag.
Yeah.
That was his shtick. He had like a company, the Edison Company, that would just like steal people's inventions and make them their own.
I think we talked about this on the top 10 inventions.
Probably.
I think we
Knuckleheads or something.
Yeah.
Dude, Thomas Edison is a piece of shit. We need to... The way that people shit on Christopher Columbus, we need to do that to Thomas Edison. Granted...
Different.
I don't know how many forced lovings and pillagings and beheadings Thomas Edison did,
but still,
compared to Christopher Columbus. But Thomas Edison was a piece of shit. JFK and the CIA.
Yes.
Man United versus Manchester City.
Mm-hmm.
Good old just soccer. Israel and Gaza. The hippies and Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
Old people and kids on their lawns.
Nice. I like that.
And Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Nice.
So.
Well.
Yep.
Migo has asked me to read this in his honor.
All right. What is he bringing to the table? The Migo Minute.
He said, "Dear Dad, here is my list. Top 10 rivals. Number 1. Or actually, we'll go number 5. Spoiler alert, he only did 5. Number 5. Me versus you guys when you don't rub my belly.
What?
Number 4. Me versus other dogs.
Yep.
Number 3. Me versus the mailman."
Oh, he hate that son of a bitch. What's he hate more, the mailman or the UPS man?
Oh, he gets to it. Number 2.
What?
Me versus birds.
Oh, boy.
And number 1, me versus UPS. And then he says at the bottom, "That's it, Migo." So he was really nervous, but he's really trying to use his voice. And for that, I'm proud of him.
That was a good list.
So the first Migo minute.
There we go.
Well, I hope you guys are feeling riled up.
Yep.
Ready to cause mayhem.
Yep. Rabble some rousers.
Rabble some rousers.
If you're pissed off about the election, dude, chill out. It's only 4 years.
People are allowed to feel how they feel, but let's just giggle throughout these next 4 years. Let's chuckle.
Listen, stop the whining and crying, okay? All the right did was storm the Capitol.
Oh my God.
So, chill out.
As long as the goose is gambling, you will not see snake eyes.
Fair enough.